Gone fast tonight. Hey, you beautiful people, and welcome to Synth Secrets, or the world of synths. Headphones on. Hope we're all doing well. First, a little quick sort of housekeeping, as is the usual for this channel and this particular event. How is the... oh, hello. That's one thing, is my phone volume. So how's the sound? Is my voice... I've got this thing floating next to my face. I can hear myself now, so at least I can monitor better. Modular, did we sound good? All sounds a little hoarse, yeah. Back to work. So I've been talking a lot today. So during the summer months, I work in a school, so in the summer months I do work, but there's less people around. So today and yesterday and today I've been talking a lot. I had to give some training yesterday, so it was a bit full on. Very low. What's very low? Let me just put it back onto that. Oh, it does look very low, doesn't it? Volume uppity up, please. Now, I spent some time last night getting this volume sorted. I think it's because my volume on my headphones is too loud. Right, okay, so which way is it? I did it my way. You won't have noticed anything different to there. Right, what about this? Let's go. Okay. Now that looks pretty pokey. It's intense. It's intense. Calm down. So does that sound good? Apart from being manic. Let me just get the... see, I do need a system where I can... we're going to talk about some things that have happened in here whilst the week has passed. Let's do that. There we go. Why does it... Oh, I see. It hasn't... Oh, I didn't save. What a fool. See what a fool I've been. Okay, so that's my voice better and better. Do we think that's good? I did a mouth fart. I'm going to put this back on. I mean, Pink Floyd, right? On the run, right? Without the EMS. Synthy. Oh, you know, can somebody just give me one? My life would be complete then. How's that? Are we banging it out there now? Is that nice and lied? Lied. I don't know why I went slightly Irish then. Lied. Sorry, I was having a bit of fun then. Okay, let me just quick though. Better, more like it. Turning my volume down now. Sorry, Richard. Aye, on the run, yes. Okay, so I think Irish. You like Irish? Thanks, Schultze. Can I call you Schultze? Is that okay? You know, it's one of those things. You have the name. It just feels nice and right for me to do that. Peter, hello. Eddie, hello. Rustic, hello, fam. Come on in. Andy, Tom, Davy, Steve. Who else? Lee, I saw you in earlier. Thomas, Robbie, hello. Cressy. Yeah, some nice stuff. I watched, whilst setting this up last night, I was in here. I did come in here to try and edit the video that I've shot because I've kind of almost completed it now. I haven't done it's. If you've ever edited video work, and if you're doing it, you know, all the time, it kind of becomes really, you know, I wouldn't say easy because it's never easy, but it becomes habitual and it becomes natural to do things. But if you haven't done it for a while, and certainly making YouTube content is a very specific kind of way of editing. jump cuts, all that kind of stuff, making it interesting, keeping things flowing, making sure that it's on point. So a whole bunch of stuff. I came in here to do that, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Let me introduce you to my little friend, as they said. So this week I mostly got a new desktop. Now this desktop is better because, if you may notice here, it usually ends about here and here, and it sits on a picnic table that kind of wobbles a bit. Now, at work, there was a big chunk or big sheet of ply, so I asked very nicely what was happening to it, and it was going in the skip. So so thank you to Chris, and especially to Mick, who cut it for me because it was too big to go in the motor. So I then got it back and got my own I want to say hedge trimmer. It's not hedge trimmer. I mean circular saw. Clamped it down and cut the angle, and actually it's really, really nice now. Let's go back to the top-down view so that I can have my mouse mat. Of course, this was air. Do you remember last week in Jamming in Jim Jams when my phone decided to jump off the table? Let's look at that again, shall we? Ooh, it's there now. And it's attached via a cable, so actually that's always there. So do you know, little things like that make life much easier. So I'm hoping now with that this table will definitely help us to kind of make things a little bit more easy to operate. I'm just trying to focus the camera. I just zoomed out on. Let's just look. Can you? I love that. Anyway, okay, so that's cool. Let's just do that then now. Right. So I think we've got the tech sorted out. The floating microphone is always a good thing to do. SM7B. Yeah, absolutely. I got it on my last tour in 2018. And actually, James, who sometimes pops into this, hello James, has just finished a tour with Steve Winwood and opening for the Doobie Brothers, and he very kindly got it from Sweetwater for me at a rather large discount. So that's kind of good. And yeah, it's been really, really fun and to have. And I always feel a bit guilty when I was using the tie clip a couple of weeks ago, just to try and stop things from being as bad as they were. So, Sloon! Right. Fee, sorry. I missed you the other week. I saw you when I was cutting in, so thank you for joining. Does that mean he is among us, or is he just sitting back? If not, that's fine too. Thank you for joining. So if you've watched any of sort of Gaz Williams' performances, also the live performances from Synth East, the patch off, which I was with Robin, and all the visuals done by Sloon. So go and check it out and marvel at her amazing work. Yeah, visual artistry. Fantastic. Jason Maggs. Now, Jason Maggs, you may remember, gave me this in the time this last week that we have seen this, and let me just remind you.
Oh, I do feel queer.
He's left the employ of the place I work, so I haven't seen it. Do you know, can I share with you, Jason, that yesterday, Monday, the first day that you were not in your office, I did go looking for you like some lost puppy, hoping that you'd turn up by mistake. And I mentioned that to Helen, and Helen today said, because when I told her, she goes, "Oh no, I don't know." And then literally today she said, "Do you know, I did the same thing." So you are missed. Your absence has been noted. What's your fave Dreadbox module? Nostalgia, I think. Yeah, nostalgia. But I have to put back in. This. There you go. Utopia. Because it's so bloody useful, isn't it? Look at it. Look what it does. Everything. And it's got another LFO and some distortion as well. So, it's too useful. Anyway, let's get back to the main camera. So So that's a little bit of thing. Electric, hello, electric. Albanian Syndicate, welcome. So what have we? Who else have I missed? Peter, did I say hello to you? Oh, Jason Mags, we miss you. Right. Okay. Without further ado, let's. What are you drinking? We're going to do this live because I haven't had a chance. I had a cup of tea somewhere. Really enjoying that as well. I went off tea, and for a northern-born child. I grew up drinking tea. As soon as, pop was a thing of, if Southerners would drink pop, we would drink tea at the age of 5. No sugar and the colour of brick. Oh, so I've got council pop. It's not council pop. We're back to dandelion and burdock. So let's do this then. Cheers. I'm up to top that up a little bit. So what are you guys drinking? Come on. I see some red wine, surely. Cress said, like button. Yes, please. Thank you. Yes. So actually last night, talking Cressy, thank you for reminding me. I was setting this up last night and I thought I'd set up in advance because I always do it on the night and I'm like, rushing around. And I knew the start of term and everything. I knew it was going to be a bit stressful today. So I thought I'd do that in advance. So I was under the table and I had Hardware Jams on. It was like, do you know what? Brilliant. So I was supposed to be editing. Hardware Jams was on and I'm glad because obviously I got to see some amazing artists and people in the chat. So if you didn't see it, go... I'll put a link in the description to this video. Probably tomorrow when I do that edit. Yeah, and go and check them out. Some good stuff. Yeah, and Cressy, so Cure. It was like, wow. And yeah, definitely a fitting tribute for Inky Arcan. Here we are. To her. So, water, guava energy, delirium tremens. Oh, hello, tremens. I am boring. Clean 17 years. Rustic, 2 months sober. Nothing boring about that. So, yeah, I'm just. I was drinking too much. It's not good for you, and it's expensive. I like it a lot, and I like whiskey. So so yeah, Spezzy, okay. Spritz. Robbie. But you're in Italy, right? Hang on. Are you watching me on holiday? Oh, if you are, I am touched. Thank you. If you're watching me not on holiday, I'm still touched. So thanks for joining. To all of yours, goods health. Right. From the cat is talking to me lots. Tom. Oh, so you see me in the chat. That's my daughter. Oh no, yeah. Well, that's sweet. I think Tom's missed you. I think he really has. But so you're on holiday back in the UK, but you brought some Italian vibes with you. That's cool. We like Italian vibes. So we've got some things to open tonight. Let's do the first thing. So. Whilst Tom is, so my daughter and my son have just been away with their mum for a week. They've just come back, literally knocked the door, hugs, cuddles, chat, and I'm on. So she has made me a gift. So I'm going to open this live. It's my first unboxing. So let's go top down. Oh, look at that. Look at that wrapping. Isn't that sweet? I think you can guess what it is. So, oh, hello. Oh, listen to that. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, look. It's a little cat. It's a fox. Look how cool that is. Oh, thank you very much, darling. That is absolutely fantastic. And that will sit on the modular tonight, I think. Should put it up near clouds? Actually, is it going to be... Yeah, let's put it there, sort of in the corner. So, how cute is that? Let's just do this. I'll do the thumbnail now. You got to think of these things when you do videos. Thumbnails, right? I've also got the cowboy hat somewhere, but I think it's on the floor. I'm not going to get it. Okay, thank you. Anyway, the next thing may be a little bit bigger. So I have already opened it, so it's not a true unboxing, but it's still an exciting unboxing. Ooh. Yeah. Things to Make and Do, Moloko. Oh, yeah. I love that album. What's this? It's a module. It's a molten mix. Not to be confused with the molten mix, which turns all of your modular to liquid lava, and which will pour out of your speakers of anyone listening to your recordings. Thank you very much. That's going to go in tonight. Perhaps I'd have to turn everything else, but let's put that down for the moment. The other things we've got in here, which can go in straight away, is a lovely 1U blanking panel there. Look at that. We are the music makers. That can go straight in there. Get that. Oh, hello. You can't see because I've gone too close. But look at that. So much. Let's put it next to Pam's. You know. Did anybody else watch the? Oh my gosh, the Mylar interview with the AMS founder? I can't remember his name. That's really shocking. He's not going to send me anything for free now, is he? I can't remember his name. Really good feature anyway. I'm going to drop that in. I daren't go too far with this. Anyway. Thank you, Richard. Right, okay. And also, oops, did I? Yes, I dropped. This is even cooler. Look at that. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams. Axis Modular. That can go there. I'm just going to leave that in. That's going to sit there nicely. Okay, let's zoom back in a little bit. And we'll go back to the camera. Honestly, what was with ASMR? Yeah. What was that? Is that still going? Do people still get excited by listening to the sounds of bubble wrap and the combing of hair? It's not fizzing anymore, is it? It's flat. So can you read that? Look, it is Sister Ebb to Brother Flo, or is it Brother Flo to Sister Ebb, or the other way around? So this is an unboxing because, as you can see, it is fully sealed. Now, this is a DIY kit, and as you can see there, oh hello, I can't open it. Can't open it. It's not opening properly. So a plectrum. Oh crikey! This is when you buy an Axis Modular DIY kit, you buy something that's well put together by yourself, obviously, but the box is well put together, is what I mean. Oh, look at that. Resistors and diodes. Oh, there's all the joy. Oh, look at that little beauty. Little tool there. How exciting is that? That is cool. That is really cool. So that's a spanner. Oh, that is nice. That is a nice thing to have in your toolkit, regardless of making this particular module. So the PCB panels here, should we just put this carefully before I drop anything out of it? Let's put that down there. Look how beautiful the paper is. It is like, it's like it is a sweet shop, isn't it? I mean, we're all addicted to the sweet, sweet love of music technology and all that it gives us. So here it is. No, that is Ab. What am I doing? I got I got really confused. I thought it was flow again. Do you know what, though? That's clever, because they look very similar, but they're not, are they? You can see the waves are different. Oh, I can't wait to make that. That is going to be exciting. But oh, there's a circuit board. Oh, look at that. Yes, your blueness. Look at that. Oh, that is a good. I'm going to have to take my glasses off, I think. Oh, look, it says some nice. Thank you to Thonk. Can you actually? I'm going to do this. Look. Oh. Thank you, Richard. Look at that. Brilliant. Well, I will make that as soon as I am able to sit in the workshop and set a video camera up and create my second modular DIY video. Crikey, look at that. We've done 20 minutes already. Nerds never die. No. So what have I missed in the chat? Yeah, it's a good looking thing. So they're very, very well priced. I'm going to get the web price up. So you should all, I think it's is it 89 plus that? Oh, I know. I'm trying to do something and I'm failing miserably. Thonk. Oh, look, there you go. There you go. I'm going to get it up. Yes. All right. Okay. So if I do, will this, I don't think it'll work. I'm going to try and get this. Okay. Right. Yay. Yay. Oh, that one. So there you go. So 99, 89, 99. I can't really see. Hang on. Can I see that properly? So there you go. Add to cart. There you go. Look at that beauty. View cart. And then however, 89 excluding the VAT. So there you go. So 107.94. Calculate shipping. Who knows? Right. Let's go back to that one. Yeah. There we go. There we go. So that's the way we do it. Cheers. Okay. Did I say Andrew Brooks? Did you sneak in? Right. Now then, as much fun as that's been, we didn't gather together today to talk about drink. We did talk a little bit about these modules, which is good. So what we're going to do today is we are going to look at the the Elk Electronics color module, which is a rather, I think it's quite unique. I don't know of any other module, but I mean, I'm still early in my modular journey. So if you know of any other LED or, you know, sort of modules or anything that can control lights in any way, you know, if you're watching, you know, put it in the comments in the chat or in the comments in the video if you're watching this post the live stream. So yeah, it's an interesting concept. So we all deal in sound, right? That's our thing. And there's lots of things in here that control sound via voltage. But the color module, let's get back to the top down. The color module, which is now out of focus. Okay. Oh, you start zooming in and it just wrecks everything, doesn't it? So the color module allows you to flick between, let's take that out of the way so it doesn't confuse. So right, okay, let's talk about this from the top up. So you've got an LED strip, and I believe it will take a strip of up to 256 pixels. Now each pixel can be multicolored, so RGB, and you've got here RGB. RGB, and then you've got width and pixel number. So just sort of, and then you obviously, the voltage you put in there affects, so you control, so this sockets, each of these sockets is voltage control of each of these knobs, right? So it's a very straightforward module. Ed supplied me with a square with that many pixels on. I'm not even going to count those, and also a circle. I don't think I've ever plugged that in, so maybe it will turn the modular. I don't know if I'm going to suspect that you do need to turn it off before switching things, but that's quite cool as well. So the idea is that you use your modular to affect the color, number of beads, pixels, and the width. So I suppose that's the more of each of these you got. And at the moment, that's my CV is modulating the width. So there you go. So the minimum goes from 0 to, I don't know how many that is. 1, 2, 3, that. And then, so pixel number. So that's quite cool as well, isn't it? So you can go from the middle out and fill the panel. Now, obviously, I might change to the GoPro because actually that's doing a better job of rendering the color because it's automatic. It's rather than a fixed. So that's set up with, right, so we'll go from there. Right, so at the moment there's, can you see? Oh, it's almost I could do with a split screen here with a close-up of the module. One day I'll have that. James, Jim, Jimmy, Jim, James, Jim. Anybody know where that comes from? My lad. I'll do the Scottish accent. Jimmy, Jim. No? Hi, Jim. Sorry, Jim. That was a bit. It's if you know what that's from, or you don't. You either do or you don't. There's a delay, so I'll let it. Should I start a new puzzle? Sorry, Jim. That's my daughter on my logging in the lounge. If you want to do the new puzzle, do it. Take a picture of the old one. We are puzzle addicts. He's dead, Jim. So, Jim is Billy Connolly in the film Muppets Treasure Island. Yes. Bahaha. Okay, right, let's get back to what we're doing here. So, I'm going to go back to this one. I'm going to keep this out of the way. So, it's very difficult, isn't it? Modular. So, as you can see, this extra power is to power the strip. The strip is here. This is, I think I can unplug this because there's nothing going to it. So there you go. So you then take your cable, 3, so I would say hot, cold, ground. So positive, anyway, I don't know enough about electronics to know what they do. So anyway, so you can put what you don't have to use this, that, as I say, this was supplied with the module for me to sort of demo and to show and to play with. Oh, there you go. It tells you there. So it is DIN 5 volts. So red is 5 volts, black is ground, and blue is DIN. I don't know what that means. Anyway, as long as you know if you've got a strip, I think they're either 3 or 5. 3, or I'm looking at the strip. I've got a broken strip behind me. So this one here, I've bought a replacement. So what I will do with this strip is, because the control unit's broken, but the strip's perfectly fine, I will probably cut that down and play with that. 12 volts usually extra. So that would go in there. So the power supply for that strip would go in here, and then this would be, I take the cable from that, splice it, and screw it in there. So we'd have a different thing. Anyway, look, that's what I'll be doing next. However, let's have a little look at this. What's going on here? Oh, that's too short. I'm just going to sort of like try and work around. There you go. Right. So can we see the module better? Let me put myself back in the frame so you've got that too. Hello, Sudo. Welcome aboard. Lovely. So let's do this. Oh, the fox has gone. So I put the fox in the modular. Look how cute that is. I'm so pleased with that. That's lush. Oh, thank you. Right. There we go. So red looks like this. No, let me just say, you've got the option here of going RGB or HSV, which stands for hue, saturation, and value. And of course, red becomes hue, green becomes saturation, and blue becomes value. I don't know enough to really. I don't know enough about this subject to know what the difference is. RGB, I understand that. So that's why we're focused on that. But probably as I get to learn this module and play with it, I'll then step into the world of HSV. It is a fox. Yeah. Right. So red. Right. I'm going to try and do this. Red. And there it is. Pulsating. Beautifully red. Look how cool that is. Is that too red? Then we can add green. And we get yellow. Take the red back down, you get green. So then we're going to add blue, which you would expect to go sort of an aqua colour, right? Oh, cyan. And then take the green down, and you end up with this lovely blue. You can also, let's bring in the red. So hopefully you're already seeing that not only have we got the ability to change the width and number of sort of pixels, but you've got the color options as well. So which means, if I'm just minimizing the width. So we've got a little bit of that going on. Dare I put the top down back on? Yeah, okay. That's still okay, isn't it? And then I can put me back in the picture. Right. So because we have a free-flowing LFO, we can move Mr. Fox, and we can add some more cables from Flow because there are many outputs. You can see why I chose Flow for this, because it's not just one output. So let's add, and why is there something else? There's something already. What have I? Hey, I'm confused. I've plugged. Where's that coming from? No, that's. Oh, I see. No, it's not doing anything. Right. So if I plug that into green, oh, it's yellow. So we want. What am I doing wrong here? Maybe it's really slow. Oh, actually, oh wow, I don't really know what's happening there. Without doing what I think it's supposed to be doing. What is modulating? I'm just gonna. Do you know what? I'm an idiot. That's where I'm going wrong. I'm plugging cables in, thinking they're from one place. Do you know? Hands up. No, I'm not going to do that. But with modular, and as you can see with the fantastic. I'm a bit hoarse again now. Yeah. Yeah, Biscuit, I'm going to do that because what I've got going on here, and I'm going to talk you through that now, that's good. So what we've got here is an input coming from the output is coming from the LFO of Nostalgia here. So see it flashing? And that now is change. I don't know if you can see. Can I stop that down a bit? Oh, excuse me. Can we see the colours all right? That's good. It's pulsing, right? So let's get back to the second. So we can do the width again. And let's take that out of... That's pretty. Isn't that pretty? I'm put myself back in the frame. Okay, so that is now adjusting that. So that's quite a nice slow. I like the way it just jumps on as well. Isn't that cool? Now, obviously, in a minute we're going to kick the PAMs because, you know, as they say, it's become a thing now, Gaz. If you're even here, no patch is complete without PAMs. That's free. You can have that one, Mr. PAMs guy, Mr. ALM, Vanessa's lunchbox, if you will. Brian, hello. It is neat, isn't it? So we're going to now take a second output, which will be obviously the same. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, that is a good point. What? So let's take another LFO. This is why I needed the Utopia, isn't it? So let's go. Okay, right. Well, you know, what is noise but a modulator? So let's use some noise. Oh. Yeah. And I'm going to put it in the blue because let's go purple. He says. Oh, I like that. It might look green on your screen, but it's going between a kind of a light magenta and a very light blue. So let's whack the blue up. So that's the blue. And give it a little bit of red. Yeah, I think the camera's... Stop it down a bit more, I think. That's the only difficulty for this kind of thing is light dependency. Yeah. I think when I do, I'm going to do a feature on this. When I do that, I'm going to have to put this in a cardboard box somewhere so that it's just got a pinhole kind of vibe. Right. We do green and aqua colours. Of course, green and blue. It's ebb and flow, right? So, right, have we got any... Do you know... Oh, there you go. That's a bit more exciting, isn't it? But that's all very well and good until you bring in some tunage. So, dare we start? So, are we talking about... I've missed the little chat there. Yeah. We're talking about Synth Fest. Did you... Oh, it's a shame. Bristol's going to be there. I'll be there. I mean, it's hometown, so. Right. So that's a little bit of that. I think we need another LFO to do the pixel so you can see the full extent. Because obviously you can see it changing colour. You can see it jumping around and doing some cool stuff. So pixel number, where I've got a phaser here. That's definitely got some output, hasn't it? So let's go. Ooh, whoa, that's a little bit sort of too fast. Where's the rate? Oh, that is cool, isn't it? So you see it's going backwards and forwards. Let's just unplug the width for a minute. So let's just show you going backwards and forwards, changing colours as it's doing it. And then if we put the width adjustments in, I'm gonna minimize the width because the movement's you're almost moving. Ooh, look at that. There's something superbly addictive about looking at it because it's got that Space Invader kind of vibe, isn't it? I think it's really cool. And for electronic music, I think if you've got something like this in your rack, I mean, this is the wrong box for this, but I would love to put a full panel at the back of my module. So when performing, you have that aspect of it. So I'm still making music, but I've also got extra stuff feeding this. And it doesn't have to be complicated, but it's just another thing to play with and another thing to sort of engage your audience with. You are your own LD, lighting designer. Yeah, could be good for Pong. Yeah, well, that again, that's another aspect of it, isn't it? It's got that kind of like vintage arcade machine sort of vibe. Okay. Anyway, cheers, guys. Let's top that up because I'm a bit, as you already pointed out, a bit hoarse. Right. Algorithm brought you here. Hello, Algorithm. Who's in the background then? Right, ready? Dandelion and burdock. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. That you can see what the modulation is doing, and of course, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So if you've got, I mean, you're feeding that, but there's nothing to stop you from taking the same feed and putting it through a mult to take it somewhere else. So you're still gonna be able to sort of modulate other stuff in time, and I think that would be quite good to have. Modulate certainly the width. And adding that to something else. So if we kick Pam's in, what have I got going on here? You heard some weird stuff at the beginning, so what's he going to do? Right, mind your ears. Oh, it is actually just playing. I did say arcade machine, didn't I? I'm going to have to unlock the... Here we go. It's a bit hazy on the camera, but that's quite nice. Just a bit of reverb on plats. So I've already got stir going out, crest rather, going out into the frequency modulating. See, now you can't see that, can you? Let's do it. No. One day this will all work and everything will be ruddy lovely. Oh, the table of joy is gifting my analog solutions sticker. Put that back there. Right. Just for your delectation, again, there's a link in the description anyway. So, feeding the... And that's... Now then, have we got... Why is... Oh, it's triggering. I'm going to switch it to the bass drum. That's too much, isn't it? That's 101 BPM, by the way. So... Oh. Bit of Pam's. 101. 111, not 101. Idiot. What's... So it's 6. Nope. No. There we go. Whew, that was getting intense. Hey, Torsten, how you doing, buddy? Right. So what's feeding that craziness? That's one, so... I wish I could show you this better. Maybe I'd use my other hand. Oh. Ah. Nice, okay. It's calming down a bit. Apart from the... What's modulating what there? Oh. Ah, okay. I've got another filter. The A-102, the diode filter from Doepfer. God, do I love that. Right, let's get that going with some flow. Such a great module. The light's still just, it's kind of just, I'm not worrying about it. You see what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing my thing, and I'm then going, okay, well, what am I doing with the lights? So let's add some red. Yeah. And maybe we can just like, yeah. Just so you can see a bit better. That's kind of cool. Right, let's bring our crazy friend Platts back in. Modular disco lights, yeah. And I think with relation to last week's show, the Jamming in Gym Jams, where we invented Lynch disco, I think Lynch would definitely have one of these in his modular rack. Andy, what do you mean options? Can you melt the kick trigger into an envelope and then the LED brightness? Right, so okay, this one floating melt because that's not in there yet. Let's bring Darth Maul back onto the table. Right, here we go. Right, kick. So what do you want? You want into an envelope and then the LED. Right, well, I've got an envelope here. Right, so we're going to use the FEG from Rides in the Storm. That's another cracking little module, that is. And we're going to take, as you say, that into, what did you want to modulate? The LED brightness. Because it's RGB, and that's the brightness, is the amount. I can only modulate the width or pixel, but maybe, okay, let's take the colors off. Right. Ooh. I've turned the, so they're still getting voltage, so I quite like that. That's quite cool. So if you turn the volume down, the CV attenuator, all the way down. Oh, that is cool. All right. Right, that should be nothing. Exactly. So, envelope out. Let's do red. Oh. Right. Okay. I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Uh-oh. Yeah, so I'm adjusting the decay. So I guess... Thanks, Thomas. You off. Good night. Bye-bye. I want to make it into a cowboy belt. Maybe if I... There you go. It's kind of too big, isn't it? Anyway. It's, as you can see, it's in sync with a kick. So, I like that. Right, you use that same envelope to change. That is one of my favourite things to do with Plats, is change the model with a modulator. I've now got it into morph. Such a cracking module. It is not quite, but I think it is Lynch disco. Oh. Oh, is it? Oh, that is a shame. I thought I'd plugged in. Lynch disco. Yeah, massive. So if you're going to recreate Lynch disco, you definitely need plats. You need to modulate the hell out of it. It's all in that. Okay, it's like a squeal. Not quite squealing, is it? I need distortion on here. Yeah. Yeah, miniature launch pad. Okay, let's stop that. So, there it is. A whole bunch of stuff. We did some fun stuff there, didn't we? That was good advice there. Getting it to Tom, getting it to use the kick. I think that was a real, I mean, it's still doing its stuff like I stopped Pam's, but that definitely brought it into line with what I was doing. So actually, would that be the best way to use it? Would it be to lock it into your rhythmic pulse, whatever that is? I mean, let's be honest, Pam's Pro could probably just send a gate to it, or the voltage in time with itself. So you're using, I think I might get, there's an expansion for Pam's that gives you more outputs. I think that's going to have to be, that'll be a useful thing to addition on that. I think, yeah, that's something I might look at. Anyway, it's Crystal Skull. Who's that? Brian. Oh, to put the side panel of a crystal skull. Nice. Yeah. Camping intense. That is intense. It was intense. We were camping. Right. Oh, Gaz is in. Don't you? Oh, thank you, Gaz. Yeah. So Gaz as my driving force to get Pam's. At the same time I was trying to buy Pam's, he was already telling me to buy the expansion. And I was like, I don't know what I'm buying. Why do I need the expansion? But I know what I've bought, and I need the expansion. So he was right. Sometimes people give you good advice, don't they? Thanks, Gaz. Yeah, envelope. Envelope. Disco Inferno, the Albanian Syndicate. I like that. That's a good name there. Brilliant. Yeah, so saw the whole stinking, did you? You quietly sitting in the back of the room. Nice. Good. I'm glad you did. Well, I thank you for joining. So, just to thank our tonight's sponsors, Dandelion and Burdock. And the new desk. So Mick and Chris. Mick and Chris and Dandelion and Burdock. It's like Mick, Chris, Dandelion and Burdock. We're all down the docks. I know we're having a fight. I had to step in, then I sort them all out. Anyway, no. But I'm very happy with the desk, I have to say. As the first show, nothing's fallen. Before I finish, I will save my additions, because obviously last night, having set all this up so it works and I can hear everything perfectly, obviously my mix is not going to live. My mix is as it was last night, but I didn't save the... I've just read Peter's comment. Yes, Gaz's advice is always to buy. I know it is. I know it. How many years now, Gaz? We're approaching 40 years, you know. Do you realise that? That's going to be... Can you imagine? No, we can't be. No. 1988. We are approaching 40 years. Bloody hell. That means 37 years. And it would be September. We both did A-level geography together, came from different feeder schools, and it was the geography class that did it for us, and and all that kind of good stuff. And I remember you buying that Hohner 5-string bass and loving it, playing with it underneath the staircase. I don't even know. You were in chinos, I think, in a leather jacket. I was in a tie-dye shirt and a pair of combats, you know, and definitely wearing Dr. Martens. Ooh. Anyway, God bless the 80s and all who sailed in her. Yeah, thank you, Andy, for joining us again. Great. Yeah, we're going to wind down now. I think bought my first Acid House 12-inch in 1988. Do you know, that would have been a good time for us to get into it, because we obviously in Wrexham, loads of the baggy indie kids, the baggies, were all going off to the Hacienda. And actually, I think Inky's first connection with me was a conversation about did I meet you in the Hacienda? And I sadly had to say, no, I never went, because I was too interested in rock music at that time, rock, goth, which then and I was on my way to finding the best. Well, I think I'd already had a taste of it anyway, but was to realising the best music ever made, which is of course prog rock. So, you know, acid and sort of all that kind of stuff happened over there. Well, I was deep in the 70s, you know, I skirted around prog rock, and I discovered, you know, everyone knew Floyd, right? And I remember Paul Sturman he was our guy in the music shop, telling me years before that he hated Genesis because the guitar player sat down. My favourite band. But anyway, that's quite good, isn't it? But rock, yeah, Andy, yeah, of course you like prog rock, of course you do. It's what's not to like. Krautrock as well. Kraftwerk in 1981 was my first album ever. My first album I bought with my own money. The first album I bought with my own, because obviously, you know, as kids we had albums for Christmas, right? And now that's what I call music volume 1, I think. Or was it hits 1 and 2? Yeah, I had hits 1 and 2, and it was bought as a package. My sister had 2 and I had 1. I know. He's 10 years old and loving Pink Floyd at the moment. But Genesis is, she's selling England by the pound, I think. Singing it, you know, humming it around. I said, what are you humming? So, yeah, prog is a big thing in our house. But we don't just listen to prog. We do listen to other things as well. So that's kind of nice. It's a very big kind of musical household, Trans-Europe Express. Remember listening to that in the flat in Neath for the first time. I think Dan Nielsen, there's me, Gaz and Dan shared a flat. Dan, I think, was the first person to play me that on vinyl in 1992. So, yeah, good album, Torsten, that is. Yeah. So Gaz is doing a live stream tomorrow about Pam's Expander. I'll try it. Well, I'll try. Do or do not, there is no try. I'll have to jump on board to see. Gaz is now. No, it was Trans-Europe Express. I had Autobahn, so you might have heard that there. I remember buying it from. Oh my God, Wrexham. If you're ever in Wrexham, you need to go to Moonlight Records because it's still there. It was there was phase 1, which had a picture of me and Gaz and the alarm, because we were in the band, right, on the wall. And it's kind of legend of Wrexham. But I always got my records, because that was the new releases, but Moonlight Records was secondhand used stuff. And I always used to go there, and I used to ask for bootlegs and all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. So most of my albums came from that. And he sold me there's different covers. And one of the covers for Autobahn has the British motorway, Blue album cover motorway, and I think that was rare at the time. I don't know if that's, you know, but 1974-ish. Yeah, but yeah, so that I already knew Autobahn, but the Trans-Europe Express I didn't know, and then Dan opened our eyes to that one, as well as Gaz buying a 5 Like it was like a record player, but it's 5 CDs. A lot of our albums would were double albums, so you'd go from CD1 to CD2. There'd be a little change, and we have mad listening sessions. That's what the model lunch is looking good. Right, the British Way motor cover is the one I remember. So that's the one I've got. So you've definitely seen my album, but I don't think it was the official release, but I could be wrong. I'm going to go and research that later. As always, thanks very much for joining me tonight to have a look at the Elk Electronics color module. One of these days, when I've got my workbench set up, I'm going to put the purple cover on it because I think that goes so well with the chromatic. And it's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. That's going to go top down. It just gives it a bit of colour in your rack. So, black and silver. I mean, I've got my fair share of black and silver, so bit of purple. Or is this right, Gaz? Pose is purple in Welsh. Or is it purple? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the album cover I still have. So maybe I'm going to dig it out and see if it is special. It might not be special. It might have just been, you remember things. Maybe we are talking 30 years ago when I bought that. 30 years. It's not 30 years. 20. Yeah, it's 30 years. Of course it's 30 years. Hang on. If I've known Gaz 37 years and it was about the same time, then 37 years. Can I do maths? How old am I? Right. Thanks. It's been great. I'm not going to carry on too much about that. Was it the Mix album that had all of them? That was a 90s album where they remixed, and that's a cracking one as well. That's a good, they remixed their own stuff. Which then again also brought them to a whole new audience. Post. Yeah, it is Post. Yeah, which is purple, Welsh for purple. Mm. Oh, dandelion and burdock. I wonder if you can make your own dandelion. Oh my goodness, I'm doing strange things. I'm fermenting vegetables, fruits at the moment. Rhubarb and strawberries, not together, separately. So maybe next week I'll dig out. I think they're about ready, so at least the rhubarb will do a little unboxing of that for jamming in Jim Jam's snack, midnight snack. Ooh, that sounds like another thing, doesn't it? That could be a live set midnight on a Sunday, and we could call it the midnight snack. So many good ideas. He's laughing at me. Right, I'm going to finish off by doing a little bit more play with DiscoLynch. Thank you all for joining. Please click the like button so that the algorithm picks it up. It's already working. More people are coming. I'm doing regularly, and I can't thank you enough for joining me every week, regardless of the technical issues. It's watching me drink things. But yeah, thank you very much. Be well, have a fantastic week, and see you next week. Let's get a top-down vibe going. Kick it, Pams. Ooh. Disco. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Pseudo. Biscuit. Oh, dandelion burdock wine. Well, that's like the same thing, but without the fermentation, right? Tom, thank you. Richard, thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Peter. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Fee. Be well. Thank you, Electric. Thanks, Billy Bird. Davy. Cheers.